up, you beautiful people? I am back live again, but we are here to go over Bravo's The Valley. This was season 3, episode 12, appropriately titled Schwartzapalooza. Do y'all understand? I had to go through so much to make sure that I was spelling Schwartzapalooza correctly. Anywho, y'all, I'm happy to be here. We're going to go over this episode of The Valley. I hope you guys consider liking the video on your way in or out, however you want to do it. If you consider subscribing to the channel, I would appreciate you. Whether you subscribe or don't, I just appreciate those who show up and watch our reviews. But before we get into it, I want to acknowledge the comments. Our moderator, American Born, is here and welcoming everyone, which I love to see. I also appreciate you moderating for me, American Born. I appreciate it. It helps. I'm happy to see you. I saw American Born this morning in Sandra Page and X Live. Check out Miss Sandra's channel. I enjoy it. I also really appreciate that she does a lot of content like earlier in the day, so it's easier for me to watch it, and it's a good way to like get good energy going for the morning. And her chat and subscribers are super kind, so tap in. The link to her channel's in the description. Miss Lexi Lean, welcome in. I hope that you had a good week and are doing good today. The Valley, I don't know how to put this, y'all. I feel like this season is pissing me off, which means I'm entertained. But then I also feel like we're getting the same recycled storylines over and over, and we're already only like, what is this, the 3rd season? I don't know where they're going to go with this show. It's starting to give like Vanderpump Rules, how VPR, you'd be on a high and then kind of on a low, if that makes sense. So I'm hoping The Valley gets better. I really think, oh, thank you, American Born. This is the link for those in the chat who are not subscribed to Sandra. Please give her a nice subscribe. She is also monetized, so you can also hype the video. There's a lot you can do, but she's always lifted me up. I actually really appreciate it. So I'm going to try and do the same for Sandra because she's just a gem. She's so sweet. Ooh, I should have worn my glasses. Yes, I'm with you. Same crap, different day with The Valley. Yes. Yeah. Yeah, it's the same stuff. I think we would have been good if we got a refreshed storyline instead of the cast keep bringing this back to Danny. And I feel like the cast is going to keep bringing this situation with Danny and his drinking up and their discomfort because it's a cast full of Karens. I'm saying it. Half of them are Karens. And then the other part of it is I think that them bringing up this issue with Danny in their minds, it's a relevant storyline, but you're boring us to pieces. Like, I need them to do better. I wasn't even covering this show live. I am only back live because I had a couple subscribers and some moderators say that they preferred this to be reviewed live. But The Valley, y'all better give me more. Give me better, please. But, oh, those are the wrong notes. Let me open the right notes. I almost started giving you guys the notes for Calabasas Confidential, which I will get that review up tomorrow. I'll be getting, I think, 4 episodes reviewed up, so we will get through that. I'm tired of Brittany as well. Everyone's tired of Brittany. Lexi Lean, I love that you're telling me this because I haven't met. So here's the thing. I don't dislike Brittany. I just don't feel she's great for TV. Whenever someone's like, you made me lose my sparkle. What sparkle? Like, we never liked you. We tolerated you because you were with Jackson. He was on a show. And then we felt sorry for you because you were a sweet girl who was being mistreated by Jax. But then we figured out you knew what you were going to get with him. And then you started to be okay with him mistreating other people. So I don't like Brittany. American Board said, me too, and she's from my state. There's so many people from California I can't stand, and I'm born and raised. So I get that. It's definitely not a reflection. I've actually had the pleasure of meeting a couple of people from Kentucky who've like moved to the Bay for like tech stuff. Super kind. Super, super kind. It's Brittany. And Brittany seems kind. I just feel like she doesn't know how to navigate this reality TV environment, and she is ruining the show. I would say Brittany is more damaging and negative to the show than Janet, because Janet will always operate weirdly, and controversy helps keep people angry, emotionally invested, and coming back. And we can rate Janet for filth, but Brittany It's like she does stuff, starts shit, and then hides her hand and acts like her struggles are worse than her friend's struggles. Like, I just cannot with her. Yeah, she used to be just okay, and now she's just annoying. And the seating chart came out for the Valley. I did see the seating chart today, and it irked my absolute soul. It irked my soul because I didn't understand why at all. For the life of me, I could not understand why Brittany is first chair. Let me actually see if I can get this up on the screen for you beautiful people, which I can get it up. Let me pull it up because I usually don't share my screen, but today we're going to share our screen, and we may as well go over the seating chart, which I hope y'all could see because I know everything shows really small on Instagram. But this seating chart irks me for so many reasons, you guys. It irks me. As you see the comment I left on Bravo TV, I'm always commenting. Follow me on Instagram. This is _B3ST reviews. I told them this is the worst seating chart ever. Brittany does not deserve first chair. Janet does not need to be in second. The show may have ran its course, but with mostly all clear cast, I'm sure they're going to keep renewing it, even though they're not giving us much. But we have Brittany and Kristen, who are in first chair. Now, Kristen, I can kind of understand because of the postpartum, her issues with Luke, her defending Nia, answering to multiple people. Kristen, I'm okay with in first chair. It's Brittany that bothers me. And if we look at the comments, like everyone is asking why Brittany is first chair and why Janet is second chair. I feel like Brittany should have been third chair, but I know in their mind they built the Valley off of her and Jax. But Brittany doesn't deserve first chair. I feel like Bravo's given her some sort of special treatment. And then they have the couples sitting with each other. So Luke is next to Kristen. Janet and Jason are sitting next to each other. Danny and Nia are next to each other, but I feel like they should have sat across from each other and shared third chair. Just my opinion, since all the fuck they want to talk about is Danny and Nia. Why not make Danny and Nia, oh good, you can see. Yeah, Janet will always be a villain. But I feel like Danny and Nia should have gotten third chair since that's all they wanted to talk about. Or at least the second chair. I don't understand it. Okay, you think Kristen and Brittany get into it coming up. That would make sense. But if they get into it once when Brittany hasn't had much of a season because she's laid down getting the mommy makeover that made her look postpartum, then there's nothing that, what can we do? Michelle should be hired just for the fact that she's dating a billionaire, right? She's dating Dr. Dre. Michelle also confirmed recently that she and Dr. Dre are dating, but they want to keep stuff private and lay low. What this means is she's dating a man with some real money. And usually the men with real money, they want to keep everything laid low. But this seating chart made no sense. Lacey at the end, Tom Schwartz at the end. I get it. Jesse and Jasmine, I'm okay with where they're at. Michelle can stay where she's at. I would put Zach where Lala is and put Lala where Zach is. But I'm not the happiest with this seating chart. Not gonna lie. But I just wanted to show it to you guys because I'm like, is this what we're doing, Bravo? You're just going to ignore the fans? And there are thousands of comments of people that are just like, what is Bravo doing? Why did they do this? But what can we do? I just thought I'd share it. Not good luck, Michelle. Dr. Dre liked to put his hands on women that look just like Michelle. So hopefully, allegedly, hopefully, Dr. Dre has learned. Hopefully he is a changed man after his aneurysm and his life scare. But I worry for Michelle. I do. I worry for her with him. I say good for her after putting up with her ex. It's good for her, but Dr. Dre has that violent history of hitting every woman he's dated or been with damn near. We know for sure he did to Michelle. And we know for sure he did with the ex-wife who he was divorcing during COVID, who took him to the cleaners. I really hope he doesn't do this and has changed after a near-death experience. Like sometimes they say that changes things. Thanks. I have been busy today. Oh, you have been busy all day. All day. My allergies are messing with me, y'all, in like the worst ways. Also, friendly reminder, links in the description to people I co-host with often, such as James for Watch About Their Views. There's also a link to Sandra P. There's a link to some other creators. Tap in, support them, get a candle, all of those good things. Now we start this episode with Brittany and Kristen talking. And Brittany is pretty much mentioning that the meal train being problematic hurt her feelings now because she says she was disappointed that she didn't hear from Nia for 8 days. Bitch, shut up. Nia has 4 kids under the age of 4. Be quiet. The fact that Brittany expects everybody to be so understanding towards her and her one child and this never-ending saga and tears of Jackson, woe is me, I'm a victim, is annoying. Nia has hella kids, and I think it's actually inconsiderate of the people on this cast to treat it as if she's trying to avoid them or is not a friend to them, when the reality of it is having one kid is difficult, but she has a bunch. She's commuting. Like, this lady don't have time like that. And so I don't understand why they're so bothered by that. Like, I genuinely do not understand it. But Britt asked why Kristen was so protective of Nia. And Kristen explains, because these are my friends and you guys have been attacking them. Britt tries to say, we haven't been attacking them, but, you know, Danny's drinking makes us uncomfortable. It's like, okay, he's not drinking all the time. What do you want from him? And that's what I want Kristen, Nia, Danny, Luke, Jesse, everybody who sees that Michelle, Janet, and Brittany are fucking miserable, and Lala, I want people to ask them, what do y'all want? He has apologized. Hasn't touched anyone again when drunk. The only person he's done anything to when drunk recently is his wife. And if she's okay with it, y'all got to accept that and be quiet. So I want to know what Brittany and this cast fucking wants from Danny. Do you want him to stop drinking altogether? Do you not want him to drink around you? What the fuck do y'all want? Because when he says, I don't have to drink around him. No, we still want to have fun with you, but you're attacking him. So it's like, what do y'all want from him? Now, I do agree that Danny should stop drinking with this cast, and maybe as a whole. If drinking changes you to points where you're belligerent and bother people, then you should not drink. If drinking around this cast causes you to be called or made out to be an alcoholic and terrible husband, then don't drink. It's weird that they insist on drinking around people they know it's not safe to do it around. But Brittany is pretty much a messy trollop that supported Janet's shenanigans. And Brittany said to Kristen when she ran out of ideas and excuses, when Kristen was calling her out on her BS, Brittany goes, well, you know, I've been in pain and struggling too. And it just seems like you're more invested into Nia. Yes, because Nia has actual shit going on. You had an elective surgery instead of going to Planet Fitness. Bitch, bye. Like, stop. Please stop, Brittany. Please stop. Who eats crab boil and is ordering Domino's pizzas and then going for liposuction? Doesn't make any sense. But at the same time, I just kind of feel like Brittany just doesn't like that Kristen's not fully siding with her. She wants her to come on her side and be clicked up, and that's not happening. Kristen is much older than Brittany and a lot of the cast members. I remember that from VPR. But Kristen explained to Brittany, she was like, you have to also understand I'm friends with Nia. And then Brittany tries to question her friendship with Nia and say, no, I thought your friendship was only surface level. How do you know what's going on in someone else's friendship? But I can understand that. I have friends who I went to high school with James with. They don't understand mine and James's friendship today because in high school, our friendship was surface level. I saw him in passing and met him through my best friend. Now he is a close friend. Like, but you shouldn't have to explain to someone how you know somebody. Kristen was like, I talk on the phone to Nia every day. So I was like, if she talks on the phone to Nia every day, she has a friendship that's not surface. But it's like, you tried to come for this man, you tried to come for Kristen, then you tried to come for the level of her friendship. But it just seems like Britt's hell-bent on tearing Nia and Danny down. And I don't know if it's because if they're genuinely uncomfortable around him or if they just want to make him the enemy. But let me know what y'all think in the comments, because I'm kind of over the group. I'm kind of torn in the middle. As Kempire says, I'm torquing on the fence, because Danny doesn't need to be drinking like this. Like, I think it's irresponsible. I keep saying this review after review, and I know y'all probably tired of hearing me say it, but if someone says they feel uncomfortable around me when I'm drunk, I'll never drink around you again if I come around you. Like, so it's very weird that Danny continues to drink knowing this is coming for him. It's stupid. And then it's making a problem for your wife. Just don't drink on camera or leave the show. But I feel like they need the show to pay for that house that they bought. Because yes, Santa Clarita is cheaper than the Valley. However, it is still LA adjacent and in California. So I'm sure they spent a grip on that damn house. Here is the link to Q1J TV's best moderator I ever met. This is also a link to James's channel, Watch Your Mouth Reviews. We just did a live on love and hip hop. Let's uplift him. I really would like to see my friend get to 500 subscribers. And especially if you love the OWN network and Housewives, he covers a lot of those shows such as Salt Lake City, RHOA, RHOP, and then he covers a bunch on OWN. And those twins work on a TV show. He needs to stop drinking, but so do some of the others. That was poetically stated. I think that I just don't think Danny should ever drink around this group again after what they did. And if I were him, I'd take that as an opportunity to say in the camera and to the group, nope, because when I drink, y'all like to make it a thing. So now I'm not doing it. Talk about something else. They probably hate that. But I think they need to do that. Hello, Shani. Welcome in, Shani. I hope that, girl, I hope you're off. I hope that you are off. I hope you had a good day. Hello to Tariq as well. If he is with you or around, tell him we said hello. Welcome in, welcome in. We love to see Shani here. Shani's a fun time. Danny should have stopped drinking on camera by now. Thank you, Lexi. I can't keep defending Danny and Nia when he keeps doing this. If you can't put down the bottle for just a scene or two, or if everyone else drinking makes you feel like you have to drink, that's crazy. I am someone that is not a big drinker. I'm just not a big drinker at all. And I'm not going to act like I am just because I'm around people that was drinking a lot. I was just in New Orleans, okay? I got a little too drunk that first night. And the second night, I was like, no, I'm good on this shot. No, I'm good on that. And it is what it is. My friend and my husband, they have fun and drank, but you shouldn't. I feel like he can't stop and doesn't want to admit it. I feel like it's pride, but he definitely has some type of an unhealthy relationship with alcohol. It's just unfortunate the way that it's coming out, because Janet and Jason are still wrong. We're still wrong. And yeah. Hi, DM Rocks. Hey, off topic. Real Housewives of Potomac are in London for their cast trip. And also Robin and Stacey get along really well. That doesn't surprise me that they're getting along. Because I don't like regular Robin, because I just felt like she wasted everyone's time on a storyline as she lost her own voice trying to be behind Giselle. But outside of that, I don't have an issue with Robin. And I'm not surprised she can get along with Stacey, because Robin wasn't always the meanest to new housewives. But that is progress. The fact that the Potomac housewives have gone to London. Karen could go over there on probation. But, you know, I'm glad that they took a cast trip somewhere interesting, because we really haven't seen them go nowhere good since they went to Portugal. I think that was Ashley a couple seasons ago, after she had, I think, Dean, the first baby. So I'm happy to hear that, actually, because Potomac is something I'm not looking forward to. I do not cover the Housewives of Potomac, you guys, but I do collaborate with other creators who cover it. So anyone who invites me to cover a Potomac live, I will happily join them. And for the weekly reviews, I will be there weekly with James once Potomac airs. It is covered on the Watch Your Mouth Reviews channel. Nia has helped Kristen a lot with being a new mom. She has. Like, that's a deeper friendship. And mind you, Brittany's also a mom. But when Brittany goes through something, she's that friend that can only support herself and nobody else, but then wants the most. It's a mess. Brittany was making herself look desperate to be picked. Say it louder, Lexi. Lexi Lee, say it louder. Yes. I'll be damned if I beg a bitch to be my friend. Your friendship isn't surface level. Oh, no. I need this. I need, like, Brittany, stop being so thirsty for the camera, girl. You're on the show. You got the house. The man is gone. Spend your time doing other shit versus the stuff you've been doing for years, like such as botching your face and your body and then crying about Jax. Like, please give us more, Brittany, because I'm not seeing no depth to you at all. I would rather see Brittany showing people what it's like to be the mother to a child with autism. Like, even if we don't see the little boy, I know she can't film it, show herself picking him up or something like that. I'd rather see Brittany in her mode as a mom, because she does seem like a great mom, versus how she is with her friends. She disgusts me. Danny just needs to drink in moderation. I agree with that, but I think around the Valley group specifically, he should not drink, because anything he does, they're going to look into and they're going to be watching him too much. The twins make money for them, and Danny still does voiceover work. Oh, their twins make money for them. They're really cute. They're really cute. Those little twins, their little hair. I think it's cute when little kids' hair is trying to grow. And it's just all wild. That doesn't surprise me. Moving forward, you guys, Zach and Jasmine are getting butt facials together. This is not a California thing. This is a very, like, maybe LA thing. I don't even know where in the Bay Area I could get a butt facial, and there are hella cities here in 9 counties. So I wouldn't even know. I wouldn't even know. But Zach caught Danny in a lie about drinking, and I'm not going to go over the lie that they caught him in, because it's very clear that Danny gets caught in a lot of lies, like, especially when it comes to the alcohol and stuff. Like, I just don't expect for anything to change. But also, Danny's lying about drinking because you guys are making it a big deal. But I think it's stupid to lie, because now they're going to call you a liar. Just stop drinking, Daniel. Like, look at me calling him Daniel just like Nia. Like, please stop drinking. Please. This is too much. It's way too much. And to the people in the comments saying that Danny and Nia are bad Christians because they drink, you stupid half-bred motherfuckers. Did you not read the part in the Bible where the water was made to wine? You can drink. You can. You can drink and still be a good Christian. You can. Don't come for people's religion and try to judge them. Like, it's never going to be a good look. It's never going to be a good look. It's just not. But they're getting butt facials, and that comes up. The part that I felt like was more useful to talk about in this scene was the fact that Zach opened up about Benji. So Benji and Zach have been dating for a little bit. It sounds like they're in an open relationship. I believe he said they're both bottoms or something like that. But Benji is a citizen of Canada. He's come to America. Obviously, with the current administration, dealing with the Trump administration and trying to immigrate here is a disaster unless you're rich or white. So Benji's having trouble coming to the country and staying here. And I guess marriage is something that could help. Not a guarantee under this administration, but marriage is something that could help him to be here. But Zach and Benji they get along really well, but it seems like they're not in a space where they can be together. I don't know why people waste their own time like this. Zach and Benji have moved each other in, moved the roommate out. And I just think that was a little rushed, because you did this for a person that doesn't even have legal citizenship here. You don't know. He could be kicked out, deported. Anything can happen. And until Trump is gone or goes to the upper room and relieves us all, like, you have to take into account that this is his administration. He's not big on immigration. He don't want you here. Try again later. Or Zach, would you consider going to Canada? Like, I don't know. It's one of those things. I also agree with this comment that Zach is not ready for marriage at all. I think Zach's drinking is who's drinking they need to watch, as quiet as kept. But I don't think Zach's ready for marriage. Zach is also saying he might want children. Benji doesn't want children. Zach says he might want children. So that's definitely something they're going to have to discuss and figure out. But I wish them the best. I just feel like the situation with Benji, with him not wanting kids and not having citizenships, it seems like it's just easier to cut your losses and move on. Go through the heartbreak now so you have time to find your next, because I don't know if Zach and Benji will work. I just don't. Just don't. Oh, they're on George and Mandy. I did not know that. So they have, what do they call them? Performer kids? Child stars. Okay, there we go. Child stars. They have one of those. That's kind of cool. I didn't know that. I wish them much success in that. Good for them. So this even makes Brittany look even worse for saying Nia didn't hit her up in 8 days, when not only is she a mom to 4 under 4, but she's also an acting mom. Like, I'm sure she's driving her kids to set, picking them up from set, making sure they're being treated right. She ain't got time for you hoes. Lord. I've never heard of a butt facial in my life. I have not either until I saw that. I will say Jasmine has a great ass, but I've never heard of a butt facial, and I thought it was a little weird that Zach cried in the butt facial, but honestly, Zach has cried in every episode we've seen him in. But I love Zach. I do. I don't know why, but I love me some Zach. At first, season 1, I did not care for him like that, but I now kind of feel like Zach is the heartbeat of the group and the glue, if that makes sense. Like, I think if Zach were to leave the show, no one would really want to deal with each other. They just wouldn't. Right, leave religion out of it, especially if you don't even follow that religion. Be quiet. Be quiet. Lord. But that's all that really happened with that. Jasmine, your ass looks great. And Jasmine, you looked beautiful at your wedding. I will say that. Jasmine and Melissa are married now. It did look like a beautiful wedding. It looked like they have a lot of friends and family that were able to show up for them. Jasmine having Sheena Shea in her wedding party makes a lot of sense as to why she's so fucking annoying. But Sheena Shea is the reason we have Jasmine. She is the reason we know Janet. She's who brought her into the group. Sheena, I used to like you. I will never forgive you for Jasmine and Janet, because no shade. I just don't really care for Jasmine that much on the show. I don't feel like she fits the group. Not because of race at all. I just feel like, I don't know. I feel like Jasmine tries too hard on camera more so. And it comes off weird in the group dynamics, if that makes sense on the show. But congrats to her and Melissa. I think their wedding looked beautiful. And they both looked really, really good. And whenever I see so many people show up and show out, it tells me that off of the show, they're probably good people and there for others. But congrats. I love a wedding. As long as it's not mine. I love a wedding. Janet is still referring to Zach as her best friend in a confessional, which is really fucking weird. Janet, nobody likes you. You're always going to be a villain. You went too far and you out Karen'd yourself. So, let that go. But she's still throwing shade at Danny in the confessionals. Danny has done nothing to Janet, y'all. Janet was going hard for Jasmine, just trying to say something that he did to Jasmine, which he and Jasmine talked about and moved past. That I don't get what Janet's trying to do. But yeah, Brittany mentions her surgery again. Brittany, your surgery is elective. Nobody gives a fuck. You chose to do this to yourself. People stop and drop stuff like if you're having a surgery that's necessary. Like if someone's going in to have surgery because they broke their ankle and they have to have a surgery to like try and fix it so that it can heal right, I would drop everything and support them. But Brittany, you chose to have a free mommy makeover without doing the work. You still look fat in the face and the neck, which makes no sense to me. I don't feel sorry for her at all. She keeps looking for empathy, and in every scene we saw Brittany in, she kept trying to bring up, well, I'm having my surgery. Well, it's like, Brittany, stop. Shut up. We don't care. Go lay down. It's weird. If you were in so much pain from surgery, I had surgery in 2020. If this bitch was truly in pain, she would lay down. She would lay down. Ask my husband when I had that surgery. You cannot move the first month after your surgery. So I'm kind of looking at her like, what you want from us? Oh. Lexi Lee said, I was wondering if Zach knew Janet was his best friend. Does Janet know? Does Zach know? Is he aware of Janet? Janet, you don't have no friends on this show. The cast tolerates you because of Sheena. That's what we saw when all that stuff happened last time. A lot of them said that she was only there for Sheena and that Janet was a fan of the show. So, Janet, your friend is Jason. That's your friend. That's your friend, because Brittany's not even your real friend for real. Brittany's nobody's friend. American Boy said, at least she got rid of that loser Brandon. Yeah, after giving him money. And I thought Brittany was dumb, even though Brandon was whack. If I'm dating a man for only a month, I'm not going to ask him to take care of me and take off of work because of surgery. That's elective. And then she was trying to make it seem like Brandon was this horrible person because he was reluctant to take care of a chick that he barely knows in surgery when he just got with her and has his own kids. Like, girl, no. Brittany is doing too much and might bust open her stitches. Hell, maybe it'll sit her ass down. Janet used to stalk the Vanderpump Rules cast. She did. And they all confirmed it. They all confirmed it, Jax included. So I'm looking at them like, okay, you stalked this cast. Now you're a part of it. And it only took one season for the entire audience to fucking hate you. I haven't seen a single fan of Janet, no shade, unless they require much more sunscreen than I would. I just have not. I have not seen anybody that cares for Janet too much, except for people that seem just like her. Just saying. The group is going to be going to Mexico. I didn't catch where they're going, but it looked like they was going somewhere. Like when you go to Cancun and fly, there's like all these little islands and stuff, or it looks like they might have been near Puerto Vallarta. Whatever the hell, the group is going to Mexico for a cast trip. It's Kristen's birthday, so it's a bunch of people's birthdays, so they're going to be celebrating a lot. Not you ever seen nobody on Watch What Happens Live say, has she been on Watch What Happens Live this season? I don't really watch What Happens Live unless it's like something juicy or I care for it. I don't recall seeing Janet this season yet on Watch What Happens Live. But I think it's funny whenever she goes on there and like one of her allies is there, and then the polls show that nobody is on her side, like not even 10%, like, Lord. But now everybody acting like Janet's right because Danny is still drinking, and that's why I feel like he should not drink. I can't remember, but anytime her name comes up, no one likes her. That's true. Nobody likes Janet. She's not likable. She's not. She's just not. Now, when the group arrives in Mexico, Kristen has a meltdown. For those day one VPR fans such as myself, you know that Kristen does this when she's traveling with or without a baby, whether she's in postpartum or not postpartum. This is just what Kristen does, right? And we don't like Janet's pet. I don't even acknowledge his name. That's a bitch made type of man. I call him her pet. He's well trained. And he really thought, Janet and Jason thought we were going to feel sorry for him because he had to have an ACL surgery. Like, stop, Jason. Stop crying. I tore my ACL years ago. Like, I didn't cry as much as Jason, but I digress. In the bathroom at the airport, somebody recognized Kristen. She's probably one of the more recognizable faces off of the cast. And she was in the ladies' room while she was trying to change Kaya's diaper. People were trying to take pictures of her while doing this without her diaper on. Famous or not, people still have to consent to photos, especially in a restroom. Instead of fucking crying, Kristen, you should have asked them, I don't want pictures of my daughter taken with, especially without a diaper, by random people. I would have cussed them out and told them and made them delete that photo. Because who are these people that felt it appropriate in the ladies' room to take a picture of a woman changing the diaper? When I'm traveling and I see women in the ladies' room trying to get their kids together, changing diapers, changing clothes, whatever they have to do, I don't even look in the direction because I don't want them to feel like someone's seeing their kid like undressed or anything. They're children. Be respectful, have some tact. But Kristen, if you would have towed up that bathroom and started knocking people's heads in the mirrors, I wouldn't have been mad at you. And you would have been well within your right, because I believe if someone takes a photo of you in a restroom, that's a private area. You can't be doing stuff like that. You got to get consent. So I do understand why Kristen was so upset about that. But I want her to learn how to balance things better. Her life's going to be difficult and frustrating. She's raising a kid on TV. She's a public figure. I need Kristen to get a little more emotionally regulated. You were doing this at 37. You're doing this at 42. You were doing this at 23. At some point, Kristen, stop crying and be about action. Tell them, fuck y'all. Don't take pictures of me. I didn't consent. Stop. Do that. Or, you know, I guess that's their only option, really. But that's crazy that people don't know not to do that. Like, they're kids. Like, I just don't understand it. So I understood Kristen being upset. I did. Right. Can you imagine just trying to get your kid together and then people are snapping photos? The fuck is wrong with people? What is wrong with people? I know it's probably somebody that looked like Janet too. I said what I said. After all of that happens, Kristen's mood's pretty much effed up for the beginning of the trip. Kristen and Luke are arguing in their room. because she's not letting the sitter watch the baby. We just watched Danny and Nia go through this when the group went to San Diego Pier and was riding rides. Why do y'all bring your babysitters and not let the sitter watch the baby? I don't get that. Now with Kristen, I'm kind of more wanting to give her a pass because it's her first baby, but your sister, Kristen, was there to help. Like, let the sitter watch the baby. But with Kristen, I don't want to go too much into what happened with her this episode because she was tripping a lot, because I truly believe in my heart of hearts that she was struggling from postpartum. Like, I really think this is a postpartum response, but I also think a lot of women use postpartum as an excuse, even though it is something that's actually happening. If you know you're experiencing it and people are complaining to you about it, there is help available to you. Even if you have federal medical insurance, there's help available to you. So anybody experiencing postpartum, not feeling like yourself, it's okay. Do not be ashamed. But there is help you can get. There are medications you can take. Your body goes through a lot in pregnancy. Sometimes it takes a while for those hormones to get back in order. Ergo postpartum, but if you know that you're struggling really bad with it, Kristen, please get help. Please talk to someone. And talking to someone's not going to fix it overnight, but I just feel like talking to someone will make it better, because she's going to push this man away if she doesn't get her shit together. She just is. Postpartum seems to be rampant on TV shows. Yes and no. Women like to sometimes use it as an excuse. Like, postpartum don't make you talk to your spouse crazy. It might make you more emotional and triggered, but it's not going to make you talk down to your spouse, tell them they don't love their child, tell them they're not supportive of you. Kristen also behaves this way when she's not postpartum, which don't help, which doesn't help. I think she's flustered because she is a new mom. And I think she should just, say that. And I think that's why she's going so hard for Nia and Danny, because it seems like Nia is one of the few people that can get through the Kristen when she is flustered. So, I wish her the best, but her and Luke are giving it the best that they got. And that's all that they can do. That's all that they can do. Lexi Lean said the surgery seemed to be Brittany's main storyline now that Jax is gone. Yep. Say it louder, Lexi Lee. Lexi Lee, you be clocking everything the way it needs to be clocked and right on time. Okay? That's exactly what I think is happening. I feel like Brittany don't want to talk about... I respect Brittany for not having Cruz on the show. He obviously is struggling with his autism. She's getting him the help that he needs now, which I am happy about. But because remember, season 1, Brittany was missing his speech therapy and Jax was having to pick up the slack. But now Brittany's gotten it together, but she has no storyline. And I don't think her child should be a storyline, because that's kind of weird. Like, let him be. But Brittany has no storyline unless she starts admitting to how messy she is. She has no storyline. So she's going to use the surgery. I think that's why in every scene she's like, oh, yeah, I'm in a lot of pain, but she needs the story. She needs the damn story. I'm sick of it myself, Lexi Lane. Right. We tired of Brittany. Brittany can go. I feel like the Valley would do so much better as a show without her. I do, because I feel like she causes a lot of the division and a lot of the problems, but she's not interesting enough. And Janet caused a lot of problems in division too, but at least she make us mad when we watch and give controversy and has some type of a story. Brittany has nothing. Like, you got surgery and you thought this was going to be a storyline? Because it has to be for a storyline. Because why else would you have surgery knowing you're about to film a show? Why not postpone the elective surgery, Brittany? Don't understand it. But the group attends Schwartzapalooza. We could keep her. She needs to pay off all that debt Jax left her. When she was with Jax before the show, she says that she was the financial breadwinner for them. So Brittany's obviously good at making money with and without him. But yeah, she'll be all right. She'll be okay. Everybody got debt. It's part of America. She'll be all right. She can go. Group attends the Schwartzapalooza, and things were okay until Kristen came. Everyone was having fun. And Kristen, this is what I mean by your postpartum, but maybe make better choices. If you know you're in a mood, don't go downstairs. Kristen came downstairs and ruined everyone's vibe, tore down Luke, and was telling everybody, I don't want to drink anymore. I just want to be around my daughter. She's only going to be this small for this long. then go upstairs and be with her. Nobody told you to come downstairs. Why did you come downstairs to complain about how you don't want to drink and party? And what did they do? Jasmine, Brittany, they got up. Michelle, they got up and was like, all right, y'all, let's go drink. Let's go party. I was like, damn, she just said she just doesn't feel like partying and doing all of that. And they were like, yep, let's go. Let's go drink. Kristen, go upstairs. Because if Luke would have done that, you would have went off on him. But your friends literally ignored what you said and then said they're going to go do what you just complained about not wanting to do and walked away from your complaints. But you're attacking Luke. Make better choices, Kristen. But again, Kristen gets grace from me this entire season. She gets grace from me until Kaya is at least 1 year old. And then I'm going to start reading Kristen for filth for this behavior, because what the fuck are you doing, Miss Kristen Doty? What are you doing? But Luke is chatting with Danny and Jesse. Danny was actually giving Luke good advice. I see why he and Kristen value them as friends, as a couple. But Luke is pretty much fed up and says that if Kristen doesn't improve and doesn't stop berating him and coming at him and tearing him down, there may not be a wedding, which is smart. Why am I going to marry somebody who's tearing me down because they're going through it? Just because you're going through it, postpartum or not, does not give you the right to tear anybody down. It never will, unfortunately. So I actually did feel for Luke this episode. But yeah, when Danny talked to him, you could tell Danny can give good advice with a drink in his hand. My God. He screwed her just like Jesse did to Michelle. Happens. It happens in divorce. It happens in divorce. Honestly, as a wife, as someone who's been married for a little while, there's no reason you shouldn't know that debt is accumulating. If you don't know the debts that your partner's taken on, then should you have really been married? Like, even if I do something with my credit that doesn't impact my husband, I still tell him and vice versa. So it shows these Valley men ain't shit. She gets grace from me too. Right. Baby's only 4 months old. Mr. Luke, that's the other thing too. You wanted a baby, but deal with it. But he shouldn't have to deal with being torn down. I would get the back and forth, but like telling him he doesn't care about you or your child just because you're crashing out is like, he shouldn't have to deal with that. Maybe the constant crying, the bad moods, snapping at him, but to tear him down as a father and fiance is not okay. And Kristen knows it. She fucking knows it. But you know, Jesse's card got declined. What he did to Michelle, I would be in jail. Michelle better than me, but she probably gonna have Dr. Dre pay off her part of that debt. And Jesse will owe his part of the debt. So Michelle was kind of smart to take on some of it because she will pay off her portion of it. But I don't think Jesse will at all. How is your card declining, but you're with a woman that drives an Aston Martin? Lacey don't like you for real, Jesse. Because if my man's card was declining and I was rich as fuck, I'd hand him a card and make him an authorized user. But, you know, that's just me. I'm also married, so it's probably a little different. I'm cutting Kristen some slack as well, says Lexi Lean. I hope she gets help to manage what she's going through. Absolutely. Absolutely. My only critique of her, don't tell him he's a bad dad just because you're frustrated. But if you got to yell, curse, whatever, because of postpartum, I'm giving her grace. Until men have to go through a period every 28 fucking days to have a baby and know what it feels like to be split in half, as my mother says, when you have a child, I'm going to give her grace. I'm going to give her grace. Lacey better keep her cards away from that fraud. Oh my God. Jesse seems like someone who's trying to treat Lacey well so he can get access to what she has. Loser energy. Loser energy. I had secondhand embarrassment for Jesse with that decline card. Yes. It's always when people try to, okay, let's try this one. Jesse, why didn't you check your balance before swiping? Whenever people's cards decline, those are the people who should be checking their bank balance often. I'm a weirdo. I'm not rich. I live on a social worker income. I check my balance every time I swipe my card after. Even if I know exactly what I have, I'm checking it. So it's very strange to me that he couldn't do that. Very, very strange. But I think that's why Lacey made sure to come later. She said, I don't even want to be there when his card declined. Janet gave us more randomness. I guess she's bisexual and Jason is okay with her hooking up with women. Okay. Anything else? Does anyone who's here in the chat care for me to discuss Janet being bisexual and being allowed to sleep with women? If so, I guess I can discuss it. But Janet, was this supposed to be like a big, oh my God, she's a part of LGBTQ? What? I feel like she said this for a moment. That's all I'm gonna say. I've slept with women too before, Janet. It's, what do you want to do? Patty cake? Like, what do you want from me, Janet? I don't know what to say. But I'm happy to see y'all comments. The comments are killing me. Because I was like, I didn't care. So I wrote one line and it literally says, ask chat if they give a you know what. Janet, you're trying so hard for a moment. It's pathetic. Michelle said on the after show, after they broke up, he called all of his exes and Lacey was the only one who picked up. I believe her. Jesse is a poser, corny, and bad with money. Like, you don't need to be rich, but I need you to be good at a budget. And he doesn't give somebody who ever learned a budget. Yeah. No thank you to Janet. Lexi Lee said, I don't care about Janet. Yeah. Goodbye, Janet. Goodbye. Where's Kid Todd? Goodbye, Kyle. That's me up the stairs into the next topic because Janet, you tried it. The last thing we see, he blew through a lot of money that they had made. That's what it seems like because they were on these incredible trips. And we have to remember, Jesse's a real estate agent. You can make good money in real estate in LA, but it's very competitive. And he doesn't seem likable. Anything in sales, you need to be likable. If people can sense that you're a poser or phony or trying to be more professional than you really are, pretending you know what you're doing when you're not, ain't nobody gonna buy nothing from you. Sales is not for the weak. You better be real as fucking sales because people will respect that off of anything. Michelle told all the business because she ain't got to keep a secret no more. She was protecting him as his wife. She ain't his wife no more, and she ain't said nothing that will embarrass their daughter. In fact, it'll teach Isabella when she's older to get a man that's better with money and not like daddy. Sometimes it's necessary. Sometimes it's necessary. Brittany is going back to the room, and she sees that Luke is sitting, and he's just fed up. Luke is really having a hard time. Brittany is trying to talk to Luke and says, well, Kristen wanted me to talk to you so that maybe you can understand postpartum more, you know, because I went through it. Brittany, Michelle is there. She's a mom. She went through postpartum. Janet is a mom. She went through postpartum. And we roasted her even after having her baby just last season. You got Nia, who's got 4, hasn't given her body a break. She's postpartum. We got a cast full of postpartum people, lady. I am sure you were not the one that she asked to talk to him about it, but you want to make everything about you, Miss Ma'am. But Brittany is trying to talk to Luke, and she's like, well, you know, I just think you should forgive her because, you know, her body is going through a lot. And he said, you guys keep telling me I'm not allowed to have feelings because she's going through this while I'm being torn down. Like, this man seemed like he was on the brink of tears. He seemed stressed out. He is patient, has tried to help Kristen, shows up. It's going to be a hard time, but for Brittany to tell Luke, like, pretty much his feelings don't matter because she's postpartum is crazy. Now, Luke can feel away and be entitled to his feelings, and how he was sitting away from everybody, taking his space. That's what he should do. Brittany, mind your fucking business. Why would anybody ask a woman halfway through a divorce who stayed with and got with a man because she wanted to be on TV, only got a boob job of a size he wasn't comfortable with for that man, divorced that man after the world saw how stupid he was and how bad of parents they were in the beginning to Cruz, and then went and got with a new man, had that new man around your son way too fast, just for that new man for you to be giving him money. Brittany, bitch, go somewhere. You can't tell nobody nothing about a relationship because you date like you thirsty and never know when your next one is going to come. I don't like people like that. No shade. I don't like people like that. who just go from relationship to relationship. Like, I don't like people like that. I check them. I tell them it doesn't make any sense. Luke's feelings matter. Kristen's feelings matter. They're both new parents. They're both tired. Kristen gave birth to baby. So of course her body is going through more. But I think Kristen and Luke will be okay in the long run. I really do. I think they're just having first time parental blues. They're new parents. They're on TV. I'm giving Luke and Kristen a pass this episode. That's all I can do because I see both sides of it. I feel for both of them. And regardless of what, they're still choosing to show up. And unlike Brittany and Janet, Kristen and Luke are going through a lot and not making everything about them. They're still being supportive of their other friends. So I think they'll be okay as a couple. And I'm giving them grace. I'm giving them grace. Let me know if y'all think I'm wrong to do it. But I'm giving them grace. That's all a gal can do. Not go lay down. Hey, B. Go lay down in the bushes, Brittany, please. Brittany was looking for a moment with Luke. The way she stopped and then was looking at him, it's like, I thought you were being helped back to the room, Miss Brittany. I thought you was being helped back to the room. And you were in so much pain, you needed all these people to walk you back to the room. But you could stop and hold yourself to tell him about how he is. Stop. And I somehow feel Brittany wants all these men to be just as shitty as Jax. But the people as shitty as Jax are the people who have been filming with him, aka Lala, Lauren from Colorado, I call her. But Lala and anybody else who was affiliated with Jax. Like, please, Brittany, please. I'm glad. I'm so glad. Lacey doesn't really seem into Jace. She's with him for TV, I think, Lexi. I think she's with him for TV because she's not interested in this man. Not even a little bit. Lacey can't even fake it. He be all over her. She doesn't barely seem to even want to give him a kiss. And she seems more interested in making new relationships with the group than with him. I think she was the ex that picked up because she was the ex that probably watched this show since y'all say she was trying to get on Housewives. And that's probably what it is. But we'll see. I don't know why Lacey gets a seat at the reunion. That was kind of weird to me. But, you know. She wants fame. She tried over 10 times to get on Orange County Housewives. She doesn't fit the cast. I see why she was denied. Until they get rid of our living T-Rex, aka Vicky and Tamra. I call them the dinosaurs of television because they should not be here anymore. They look extinct, but they keep coming back. I don't understand why they're still on TV. And no, I will not be covering Orange County, you guys. It's just, I honestly haven't been entertained by Orange County since like season 3. I'm not going to lie. I haven't been interested since then. But if enough people, maybe I'll put a poll on the chat, and if enough people vote for me to cover Orange County, I might consider it. I'm also might consider covering Roni, Housewives of New York. I know they have a new cast once they're back. I might give that a try. But let me know, replay and chat, whenever you guys have time, if there's any shows that you would like me to cover, because we are nearing the end of the Valley and Rhode Island. So let me know if there's anything y'all would like to see. Lala was MIA this episode. Thank God. I haven't liked Lala on this show. I actually think bringing Sheena would have been a little more entertaining than Lala, especially since Sheena is friends with Janet. But I think they thought bringing Lala in, I don't know what they thought bringing Lala in, but, you know, she needs a check, but I don't like how Lala just assumes she's right about everything. And she's one of those ignorant feminists who's like, the girl is always right. We're not always right, but I just don't care for Lala no more. But that's really all that happened this episode. We're going to see more. The cast is on their trip in Mexico. This cast always gives us a show when they go on a trip. So I'm curious to see what happens with it. I do appreciate Lexi Lean for being in the chat. I appreciate you a bunch. I appreciate AB, American Born 2, for moderating and being on and for moderating and being in the chat. If anyone else is interested in being a moderator and you're on the channel here and there, just let me know. You're always welcome to do so. The next review I will have up on my channel will be tomorrow For Calabasas Confidential, I'm going to have episodes 4 and 5 up. There's something else I'm going to be doing tomorrow. Tomorrow, I'm also going to be covering The Shy. I think I'm going to get that up Friday as well because I'm off tomorrow for Juneteenth. I also want to say happy Juneteenth. For those who are not sure what Juneteenth is, because some people may not know, Juneteenth is the day that Black people were made aware that we were free from slavery. They actually took their time telling us and had Black folks still working. It is a great thing to celebrate. That is the true independence for us. It is now a federal holiday, so I'm sure a lot of you have a day off. Whether you celebrate or don't, I hope you enjoy your day off. And whether you celebrate or don't, be nice to Black people tomorrow. Be nice to us because we are not our ancestors. This new generation. And if y'all act the fool, we will act the fool right back. But other than that, I hope everyone enjoys their long 3-day weekend. Love After Lockup is going to be on Saturday. That review around 4:30 p.m. California time. So that is 7:30 p.m. 5:30, 6:30. Yeah, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 6:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. I believe James will be joining. I'm not sure about Kiwan. I know she's going to try and join. The same with Tamika from Tamika's Den. So we should have a bunch of people there. But I'll have lots of content coming this weekend. Let's keep the conversation going in the comments. I love y'all. I do. I really do. But other than that, I thank y'all. Happy Juneteenth. Go have fun on your Baby Friday Junior. And I will see you beautiful people next time. Adios. Thank you.